Venezuela and chaos, the country racked by a string of violent protests. Now, the former foreign minister says that it could be on the brink of civil war. Here now, Outnumbered Co-Host Sandra Smith.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing? It's great seeing you.
Good to see you.
We always talk about the dangers of socialism and the dangerous outcomes, but when it starts to play out before our very eyes, it really becomes intense.
I mean, when you see these images in the Wall Street Journal today talking about civil war there, tear gas in the streets, people are dying, there's not enough medicine in the hospitals, there's shortages, people are dumpster diving for food. This is the results of socialism. I was just in the green room talking to Colonel Alan West, who pointed out this was once Latin America's richest nation, and look where they are today. So the foreign minister says these protests are spreading beyond Maduro's control. The country's at risk of a civil war. Those were the exact words that retired Major General Miguel Rodriguez Torres said. He was quoted in the Journal this morning saying, "We're seeing much larger masses protesting across all major cities, including the working class neighborhoods," which is really key because they were always supporters of the government. He said the government is losing control. It's really spiraling out of control.
Yeah, and it's a government issue. Sandra, you've covered commodities. I mean, people wrongfully say in the media, oh, it's because of the oil price plunge. Well, if that were true, North Dakota, Ecuador, and Canada would be basket cases, and they're not. It's really because of the form of government, right?
You look at what's happening with the economy there. Inflation is out of control. Torino Capital analysts say the economy has shrunk by a third in just the last 5 years alone. I mean, it's a situation that's gone from bad to worse.
And Peter, I think what's really sad about it is we saw it coming. I mean, this is like, if we had this conversation 5 years ago, we'd say in 5 years this is going to happen.
18 years ago, yeah.
Right, Sandra was exactly right. This was the richest country in Latin America, and almost to the day in 2007, when Chavez nationalized the oil country, he literally took every oil company that is now ours. From that moment, it's literally like a straight chart. And by the way, oil was about $50 a barrel back then. So they literally went all the way through an economy that was going this way, while oil was going over $100 a barrel. They missed it entirely.
Well, they kicked out all the expertise. It's a good thing to have oil. It's a bad thing if you can't pull it out of the ground. I think what's sad too, Sandra, is people have trouble finding toilet paper, and yet there's a segment of that population who are very wealthy, and they have people stand in line for them and pay them. That's what happens in socialism.
So then the question is, what are they going to do about it?
What are we going to do about it?
What is Donald Trump going to do about it? What's the president going to do about it? Support democracy. How can we help these people? Rodriguez Torres, the general I just quoted, said, life conditions are deteriorating greatly. You cannot restore order there without addressing the economic roots of the crisis.
So he's attacking socialism.
Absolutely.
I want to ask you about the health care here in America, because this is obviously a crazy time right now. We're trying to get a replacement for Obamacare, which is in a death spiral. There's no doubt about it. How are you feeling about all that?
Look, sitting here on the Business Channel right now, before I head over to the Fox News channel, I have simply said through the course of the election that whoever could prove that they would be the most business-friendly and create the most business-friendly environment in America would win. President Donald Trump is in there. Right now, when you look at businesses, they're excited that we're addressing what has been a major problem for them, both health care and taxes. And just any sort of certainty there would help. And there's still just a lot of uncertainty as to where that's going. So.
All right, Sandra Smith, always great to have you.
Good to see you guys.
All right, guys.
All right.